This video is going to be about what I learned in 2015. So technically this is stuff I learned about myself, or maybe stuff that I acknowledged about myself that I maybe kind of knew, but I really just came to kind of maybe accept. Some of it's good, some of it's bad. So let's get started. One thing that I learned about myself that isn't good, but is something that I finally kind of accepted, is that I am one of those fadeaway friends that proximity really is important to our friendship. And that doesn't mean that I stop caring about my friends. That doesn't mean that I'm not interested in what's going on in their lives. It's just that I've never been this great communicator unless you're in the proximity for us to hang out. I'm not generally the first person to reach out. I'm generally not the first person to be like, hey, let's get together. If somebody called me and they needed me, I would definitely be there to support them and help them in any way that I could. But in general, that's just how I am, and that's kind of a pretty horrible trait to have. So, moving on. One thing that I think is pretty important that I learned about myself, or just learned in general, is how not to tie my confidence to my body image. I don't have to have a certain body type in order for me to feel good about myself. I can still think that I'm attractive without having to ascribe to a certain image. I love playing with makeup. I love doing my hair. I like dressing up. I love all of those things. But that's not because somebody tells me that I'm better if I do those things. It's because I like to feel pretty for myself. It really took me a long time, my 31, almost 32 years on this earth, to tell myself that I'm okay just the way that I am. And that there are things that I'm going to continue on to work on for myself, for my health, and that's all that matters. So, go me. One thing that I really did learn is I am quite a phenomenal dancer. And maybe that is something, a profession I should have gone into. So watch out so you think you can dance. I think that it's really hard to make friends as an adult. There's really not a lot of opportunity for someone who's not super out there and like a huge social butterfly to make new friends. Now that being said, I also find that the few friends that I've made as an adult seem to be more substantial because you kind of cut through the a little bit. Yeah, making friends as an adult sucks. I hate it. Plus, I'm not really super awesome at small talk, so yeah. What are some other things I had on my list? I don't remember. I'm not as smart as I think I am. And you aren't either, probably. Just being honest. You hear my dogs shaking their heads. Colors. It's okay to admit what you're good at. And it's not conceited, it's not vain to, acknowledge that you're good at something. Maybe I'm really good at something, but there's more than likely, probably 100% chance that there is somebody out there that's better than me at it. And that's okay, that doesn't make me any less good at something. Even to this day, a lot of people are pretty bad at this, and including myself, but it's something that I continue to work on every day. If there's some sort of negative situation happening, you can't blame the other person 100%. There are very, very few situations where it is solely the fault of one person. In any given situation, if something negative happens, the very least you can do is control the way that you react to it. Good, bad, and ugly. And when it's bad and ugly, and if it makes the situation worse, then it's up to you as the individual to acknowledge that and accept your responsibility for making that situation worse. As a married person, that's a really hard thing to kind of do on a daily basis, is acknowledge that and to respect that you play a role in what's going on in your relationships with people. That's super adulty, right? I also learned that I have a vocal fry, which I hate. So I actively try to not do it, but then I find myself doing it all the time. Maybe not quite to this extent, but I definitely have a vocal fry, and I notice it more at the end of the words where I'll be like, blah, 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 blah. So that's fun. Oh my god, that's super pretty. Oh, one thing, and this actually came from reading Amy Poehler's book, Yes Please, I believe is what it's called, is to make no a full sentence. Just say no. I feel like people in general, but I think especially as a woman, you feel the need to make excuses or make reasons for why you're saying no instead of just being like, no. I don't think that other people are always necessarily entitled to a reason for why you're saying no to them. There are very few circumstances where you should go do something regardless of whether you want to or not. I mean, I wouldn't use the no thing as maybe something that you do at work, because there's a lot of things that most of us do at work that we probably don't want to do, but we get paid to do it. That doesn't mean go through life and just say no to everything, because that's kind of, you know, not cool. Something that I acknowledge as a mature adult is that I don't have to like everything just because other people like it. I like the Green Bay Packers. I think they're great. If I was super into football, they're the team I'm totally supporting. I have Packer shirts and hats and I love it, you know. And I think it's a really great atmosphere going to a game or tailgating or going to a Packer party. I think that's really fun. But I really genuinely do not care about sports. It's not just about the sport, me liking sports or not liking sports, but just in general, I feel like there is this pressure to kind of like things sometimes just because other people like them, or because you want to be interested and have something to talk about with other people. Either people that you know really well that are really into something, or even, you know, having sort of a lighter topic to talk about with people that you might not know very well. But that's one thing where I was just like, it was such a relief. It was such a relief to just acknowledge that, you know what, I don't care about sports. I just don't. And that's okay. You know, there are a lot of things that I care about that other people, they could not give two about. I love makeup. I like learning about different products. I like learning how to put it on. I like, you know, Hanson. I shouldn't say like Hanson. I love Hanson. I'm sure there's like 100 million other things that I'll think about things that I've learned or acknowledged about myself in 2015, but that's all I can think of right now. Because of course you always think of like the best things after you're done like doing the thing that you set out to do. Kind of like how when you get in a fight with somebody, your best comebacks are always like 5 minutes after that situation is over. And then you're like, oh, I should have said this. That's kind of how this video is probably going to turn out. But I'm sorry it's not as fun and everything as it could have been. I'm still trying to come up with ideas for different videos to do every week. But I did want to get this one out in a timely fashion, since, you know, we're already 10 days out from 2015. I just wanted to make sure that I got this done, you know, before the end of January. So anyway, I hope that you guys come back and watch my next video. I hope you like this one. There will be more fun videos coming down the line, but for now, this is what you get. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye!